thought that I was 7 months pregnant, but I was actually 9. But I just isolated myself from my friends, my family, which was kind of easy to do. I only gained 15 pounds, so I did contact Matt a couple more times and told him I did not have an abortion. And he basically said he had a new girlfriend and he was moving on, and that my friends said I wasn't pregnant, so he didn't believe me. And I finally agreed to go somewhere with my girlfriends, 3 of my girlfriends, and I just couldn't keep it in any longer. I'd kept it in for what I thought was 7 months, which really was 9. And I told them that night that I was pregnant, and they were shocked a little bit, a little shocked. And one of the girls was adopted herself, so she asked if she could take me to the Children's Home Society just to talk to them and get some options. And I said that was fine, so we went the next day. I remember the lady said, "I don't think you really want to do this." And I said, "No, but I have to." I didn't know about open adoption or anything. I just had to let her go.
I never remember not knowing I was adopted. I'm not sure when my parents told me, I just always knew. And they were very open about the fact that I was adopted and that I was a gift from God, and because they couldn't have kids, that my birth mother had given them the greatest gift by giving them me.
So I came home from work one day, and my husband, he was very serious, and he said, "Teresa, do you know what happened on August 9th? He said, "A baby girl was born." And I sort of looked at him, and he said, this was on a Tuesday, he said, "And on Friday, you get to go get her." So I was thrilled. Obviously, we were both very thrilled.
I saw him at Walmart, and I was pregnant with my son, Logan, and he had his twin daughters with him, and we hadn't seen each other for years. And we talked, and then the next day he went to my mom's house and got my phone number. Matt and I were pretty much back together at that point. He was divorced, I was divorced. I had a 6-week-old son.
Me and Alicia got together, and years went by, and she'd always talked about finding Heather.
So in 2011, the end of 2011, my mom and I started the process of finding Heather. By the time everything was verified by that point, then I could tell Heather that we lived in Lakeland, that her birth father and I were back together. She had siblings. She had a full-blooded little brother who's 10 now. And she told me I was a grandma, which was very exciting.
And I just remember getting the letter where we actually could use names. And I found out that my parents, she called me and told me that I was gonna get this letter. And she's like, "But since all this is filled out, I need you to know something." And she's like, "Your parents are married." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, your youngest brother is a full-blood little brother." And I was like, "What?" And I'm an only child. I never had siblings. And now I'm the oldest, of 5. And so that was quite a big surprise, getting 2 sisters and 2 brothers. And
on June 26th, that's when I got to see your Facebook page, and you could see my Facebook page. And then we met at the Olive Garden on June 28th, 2012. And I went there first and had about an hour with Heather.
When they went to go meet at Olive Garden, I had to wait at the house, which killed me. But I understood, and then when Alicia called me and said I could come up there, of course I drove about 90 miles an hour up there and walked in and seen her for the first time, and just wanted to hug her, but I knew that would be kind of awkward because she didn't know us from nobody,
we talked for about an hour, and then Matt came, and he came in and met Heather, and Heather's mom had made me a photo album from birth to 2012. She had made me a photo album of all Heather's baby pictures and growing up through school, and really ever since then we've just been back together. We go to church together, and we do family holidays together, and because we're a family, yeah.
You know, my favorite verse has always been, "For I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord, plans to give you a hope and a future." Because I always felt like it really applied to my life, that God knew where I was supposed to be, and that through the circumstances, He gave me a hope and He gave me a future. Because, you know, I didn't have to have one. You know, she could have chosen abortion, and then I wouldn't be here. So I've always just been so grateful that, you know, I had the opportunity to even be alive, really.
Yes, adoption was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was the best thing I've ever done.
Mommy, do I have a future? Can I live? Mommy, I love you.